everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to be back today for a new reading. I hope that all of you are doing amazing today and having a wonderful day. So today we have a message for your next 72 hours. So let's see what is happening in this time frame for you and what is the exact message that was meant to reach you today about your next 72 hours. Spirit, why are these next 72 hours important? What is the guidance for this time frame for the people who are watching this message? The next 72 hours. Okay, let's see. So we have the Moon card. We have the Five of Swords. Oh, okay, the Chariot. I feel like in these next 72 hours, you're leaving something behind. Yeah, I feel like you're leaving something behind in order to move forward. The Four of Pentacles. And we also have the Six of Cups. About these next 72 hours, I feel like there is going to be a very significant shift within you. And you might make an important decision about your life and the direction of your life moving forward. I see you finally getting clarity about what you need to release in your life, what you need to let go of in your life, what you need to stop going back to as well, because this is something that you could have tried to do multiple times but never fully committed to it. Could be because, maybe fear, maybe you, the Four of Pentacles can talk about holding on to things, hoarding things, because of fear, because of scarcity. And these can be things that are also not serving you as well. It can be a fear that you keep holding on to. It can be a habit that you keep holding on to. It can be deciding that you're gonna start doing something and then halfway get scared and go back to your shell, So I see that the next 72 hours are going to be very eye-opening for you. And I see you making either an important decision or taking a very bold step in your life that's going to set you apart from the current circumstances. I see that you're realizing that you cannot live life this way anymore. And also notice the people who are in your life, I would say. Because I see with the Five of Swords, you're trying to move away from this environment, like you're trying to move away from the situation. You're trying to move away from maybe the mindset that the people around you also have. But it seems like you have been going back to it in some way. It's like you're trying to be different, but it maybe lasts for a couple of days and then you go back to the old way. So I don't know, this is maybe lack of commitment or lack of readiness, lack of self-discipline as well. But I see that the next 72 hours are going to be a very deciding factor for you and for your future. The High Priestess also appeared on the bottom of the deck, which is saying to me that in this time of your life, you need to trust your intuition. And if your intuition is saying that you need to move on from some people in your life, you need to move on from some habits in your life, you need to decide and start moving towards something, take it as a big sign and confirmation. Do not allow fear to hold you back. Especially someone can be worrying, am I going to be financially okay if I take this chance? Like, am I going to be financially supported maybe in this journey that you want to start in your life in the next 72 hours? Because I feel like this is all about you starting a journey, like you making a decision and actually going with it long term. Maybe you want to start a business. Maybe you want to start posting videos. Maybe you want to make a decision to relocate. It feels like it's about a decision in your life that you're going to make. And if you're worried, am I going to have enough money to move? Am I going to have enough money to, start this business? Am I going to be financially okay in order to pursue my dreams, right? The Six of Cups, it can talk about pursuing childhood dreams. It can talk about pursuing things that you've always felt passionate about, but you never got around to doing them for some reason. Maybe it feels like life didn't allow you until now, or you were so busy with other things. Know when to put the sword down. Also know when to stop convincing others to go with you. I feel like you're kind of in a position where you may need to let some people go. Not because there's anything wrong with those people, but maybe you're starting to realize that if I want to progress in my own life, I have to stop trying to convince everyone to come with me, or I have to stop convincing people, telling people, speaking to people if they don't want to understand. So that might resonate with some of you, but let's see what else. Anything else that you need to know the next 72 hours for you? The Strength card. Be strong. I feel like be strong. Like you can do something. You can totally do something. Maybe you're feeling a bit scared. Maybe you're feeling, asking, or can I even do this? Can I even make this decision and actually pursue it? Am I capable to do something like this? Yes. The Strength is appearing to remind you that you literally have the power to do anything. Anything that you want in life. There is no limits to you. We do have the Infinity sign. So again, a reminder of how limitless you are. The Seven of Swords. Do not sabotage yourself. I'm gonna say something bold, but I feel like I have to say it now because I just heard it. I feel like you have been surrounding yourself with too much small-minded people. Too many, I was meant to say. Too many small-minded people that maybe even brainwash you into how much you can do. So this message does want to bring out that maybe you have to be aware of your circle. The Seven of Swords a lot of times can talk about deception and this mischievous energy, and sometimes it's very apparent who it's coming from. Other times it can be a very naive energy and people just being small-minded and telling you that your dreams are impossible because they don't believe they can do something like that. But who is to say that you can't do something like that, So I want to say the cards are saying that you have been hanging around a lot of small-minded people that made you believe you can do something, or made you think that you can't do something. But you can. You totally can. And maybe this fear that you're also experiencing, it's not you, it's maybe coming from other people saying, oh, that's not going to work. Or you're just going to waste your money. You're just going to waste your time. That's not a abundant path for you. So I feel like try to understand also, where are these thoughts coming from? Are they coming from you because you don't believe in yourself? Or are they coming from other people who told you you can't do something because they don't believe they can do something like that? But I want to say, if you believe it, then you can do it. Yeah, you see the devil. The devil and the Ten of Cups. Be careful who you surround yourself with. I want to say choose wisely who you hang around with, because I feel like there have been some things in your life that have been affecting you mentally without you realizing. Whether this is coming, and this has to do a lot with people, I would say. Because I see someone, it can be also coming from you, for some of you, maybe this is you who's believing you can't do something. Maybe this is you who says you're going to do something and never actually start doing it, or you're procrastinating, again, the beginning of something, you're procrastinating the process also of something. Maybe you have started doing it, but you wait weeks between the action that you're taking. You're waiting for the perfect opportunity. Or it can be just seeing other people being very slow and thinking that you can also allow yourself to do something like that. But are those people progressing? I feel like if you want to initiate this movement in your life, you have to start moving, regardless whether you're scared or not, regardless whether you feel like you have the talent or the skill. I feel like in this time of your life, the chariot wants you to move. The chariot wants you to take action, to don't let your insecurities, your fears, your maybe low self-esteem hold you back, which can be coming from you, but it can be also coming from other people projecting onto you. So again, just like, I feel like you really need to see some things clearly in your life right now as they are. What is your angel number message? Actually, we'll leave this one for the end. I want to get a card from here. What else do you need to know? You and your loved ones are safe. So you're safe. And also the people who you love are safe. I feel like this process, this movement that you're kickstarting is actually going to be very healing for you. And something maybe that you're not expecting, but this card says a time for healing. It's going to be very healing for your inner child, particularly is what can be from your cards, because you could have been feeling very prevented from doing something that has been your passion literally for your entire life. Maybe someone always wanted to be an artist, but they maybe grew up in an environment where they were told that art is not sustainable. Art is not going to supply money for you. Art is not going to give you a stable job, you know, or it can be something else completely different. And I feel like you have been believing in things that are not true. And maybe these opinions that were thrown at you, it can be also coming from a place of care, right? But doesn't mean that it's serving you. So I would say you have to distinguish what is true and what is not. Because I see you have been believing lies. I have to point it out. Maybe this is why the next 72 hours are going to be important for you, because you're able to distinguish what is the truth, which is that you can do this. I feel like you can totally do this. You have the strength, you have the talent, but you have to believe in it. That's the thing. You have to believe in yourself. Get out of your own way. Stop procrastinating something. Stop putting something off. Stop trying to make everything so perfect or waiting for the perfect time to begin. I know it's a very easy also trap to fall into, waiting for the perfect time, because the devil, you know, the ego, likes to feel in control, like, oh, I'm just gonna wait for the perfect time. And a year can pass by, oh, still not the perfect time, gotta wait a little bit more, you know? So I feel like this is also where you kind of have to pull yourself up and realize that the perfect time is maybe even now. Okay, what is your angel number card? Number 18, I am kind-hearted. You're both open-minded and open-hearted, and your ambition is to leave this world better than you found it. Ensure that your goals are aligned with the collective need and with the highest good of all. So in this pursuit that you're kickstarting, I feel like you're meant to serve humanity in some way. And I'm sure you are going to find resonance in this message for you in whichever way you feel like this pursuit is going to serve humanity, but it will. Maybe it's a business that's going to serve humanity. Maybe it's art that's going to serve humanity. I feel like you have something to share with the world, and I feel like the world is also ready to see your gifts. So it's time for you to get to work on something. Let's pull some more angel number cards. Oh, 999. I am unique. Thank the past for your lessons and leave it where it belongs so you can make the best of the life that is still waiting to be fulfilled by only you. Wow. Thank the past for your lessons and leave it where it belongs. Very fitting with the Five of Swords. So stop living in the past. Realize that the past, the situations you've been through are there to teach you a lesson, are there to show you something, and leave it where it belongs. You're a very unique soul. I feel like you're a very talented soul that is meant to be seen, and you're meant to serve humanity. So use your gifts for the highest good of the collective, of society, of everyone, because again, I feel like your gifts are going to play a big part in other people's lives. It almost feels like your community is waiting on you, so I feel like you better start moving. So let's get your last card for today. Ooh, 777, lucky number 777. Seems like you're the chosen one for something, no? I am in the flow. Your purpose flows from within you, and everything that is unfolding or being revealed to you is a part of your purpose, a state of peace and calmness in your soul. Everything that's happening in your life, it feels like it's a part of your purpose. It feels like it's going to serve as some kind of guidance for you. And maybe this is a time of your life where you're also learning how to love even the situations in your life that feel tough or maybe a bit tough to move through. I feel like you're trying to maybe see everything with the eyes of love instead of building resentment because of this obstacle, or instead of building resentment because these people didn't believe in you. It's maybe a lesson for you. It's maybe there's something for you to learn from it. And that is also the best way to heal. I feel like that is the best way to make good memories out of situations that maybe feel a bit difficult. I believe that we should always remember our life as a good thing. We shouldn't remember struggles. We shouldn't remember difficult situations. What you can remember is the lesson that it was trying to teach you, which immediately puts you in a better position. It puts you in a better mental state. It doesn't make you feel like a victim rather than a person who's learning, who's evolving, who's growing with life. You know, it's maturing. So I also feel like this time of your life is going to teach you something very important. But that's what I have for your reading today. I hope that this resonated for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.